welcome in. This is not another sports show.
This is the sports show.
I'm Brian DiNatale.
And I'm Cujo.
And this is our first NFL show.
Yeah, it's about time we got to NFL.
Man, we have been waiting for this moment. I wish we could be playing that like NFL Fox music right now, but
it'd be great.
copyright
Yeah.
issues.
Yeah.
So we
just
used to
play
be
in the
able-
back of your head or
Yeah, just
have it
have
on
that going
in the background.
Yeah,
you know.
open it up for yourself. But I'm excited to be here. We're not actually a Broncos official show, but
We're the unofficial Denver Broncos sports show.
we are both Denver Broncos fans, and I think there's a little something we have to get out of the way first.
Yeah, I think this is where we have to start. Oh, shit. What is happening?
Do you guys see what this is? Yeah, I mean,
Is that a Drew Lock jersey?
no. It's a new era in Denver right now, and I think there's no better way to christen this show than to
Oh, shit.
hear that?
That is real. This is
Yeah.
actually happening.
we have to.
Oh my god. That is actually on the jersey. This might be our
Alright,
last if we catch fire.
There's actually smoke. It actually does smell. There
Man.
was real smoke there.
That's a great way to start a sports show. I mean, from one era to the new era. You see this? You see this new era?
Yeah, I'm loving the Bo Nix
This
jersey.
is Bo Nix. Shout out my parents' prime birthday gift.
That is a prime birthday gift there.
We're ready to go. Bo
Yeah.
knows.
No.
You know what we don't have to hear anymore?
What's that?
Broncos country.
I don't want to finish it.
Damn right, because that's the Steelers issue now.
Let it die.
Let it die.
Yeah, and I figured I'd rock a little of the era, the last winning era, maybe a
Seems
old
so
to the
long
new.
ago.
Yeah,
Old to new.
Kind of contrasting.
Yeah.
But
The Broncos got the new threads this year too.
I mean, honestly,
Redesigned.
yeah, a lot of teams are doing it, but I kind of do like the Broncos look.
Yeah, there's a little accent now. There's some stuff on the jersey.
Yeah.
There's some texture on the jersey now.
Yeah, I like to see a little texture on my jerseys.
I do. Well, I mean, the Russ one has new texture as well.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, and like I said, this is not going to be a Broncos podcast, but we got to mention it here and there.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's a good way to start. I
Yeah.
mean, within the division, we have Thursday Night Football. We start. The Baltimore Ravens go to Kansas City, the three-time,
Yep.
back-to-back Kansas City Taylor
Super Bowl.
Swift.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
shit.
No.
Kansas City, Travis Kelce.
No.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chiefs Kingdom, not Taylor's. Is this Taylor's version of the Chiefs?
This is Taylor's version this year. Yeah.
I heard she's drawing up plays this
Last
year.
year it was Taylor's version.
Oh, they rewrote it.
They
I see
did.
what we did.
Yeah.
Oh, we had
Yeah.
the first version where they won with
Actually, this
Mahomes.
might be Travis's.
Oh, is this
version.
going to be Travis's version year 3?
Year 3 might be. Yeah. I mean,
Looking to be the first team to go, back to back to back? I don't think that's ever
never
been done.
Really, they could have gone back to back to back to back.
They could have.
It really. How many years has he gone? I think just about every year. It seems like.
Yeah, we're in a Patrick Mahomes age, I guess.
Yeah, I would like to see some other teams do it, but at the same time, I mean,
It's fine. We're gonna have our Bo Nix era starting soon, so
Yeah,
I'm not
we're on
worried.
the up. We're on the
Not
up and up.
worried.
Currently on this game, the Chiefs are favored by 3 points, and I mean, who do you have on this game?
I think this is a Ravens game. I mean, this happened last year to the Chiefs too, starting on Thursday night, losing to the Lions. Obviously, the Lions are a really good team. Baltimore Ravens, really good team, got a chip on their shoulder. They bring in Derrick Henry.
Yep.
What are you going to do now? You can't stuff the box all the way because now you got to commit to the option, because if you dive at Henry, Lamar's just going to pull that thing and go. So.
Yeah, and I think this year Zay Flowers is going to take a step forward. He had a good rookie season.
Yeah, he had
but
a really productive rookie season, especially in that offense.
I think the playoffs, his drop passes in the end zone and all of that are just fuel to the fire. He doesn't seem like a guy. He's not an Odell. He's not one of these guys. He's not a Diggs. He seems like a hardworking guy who does take that kind of stuff personally. and is going to turn it around this year, and not even turn it around, but like build upon what he did last year.
Yeah, I think the Ravens, they're a front runner again to make a push to try to win a Super Bowl.
And people say they don't like really have any receiving core, but like honestly, like they do outside of Zay Flowers. They still have Rashad Bateman, who they, obviously he hasn't proved himself yet.
No, but all the words coming out of camp is he's like taking those steps forward, and like this could be the year that Bateman kind of breaks out. I mean, he was a first round talent out of Minnesota,
yeah.
So like he's gonna be there.
I mean, if you guys listen to the college podcast, we don't want to talk about Minnesota right now. Golden Gophers. Check out the episode if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, or if you just hate kickers. College kickers,
it's
specifically college kickers.
Yeah, it's
Minnesota's kicker.
It's a little rough right now. It's a touchy subject for Cujo, but yeah, they also have Nelson Aguilar. I mean, haven't heard that name in a while.
Man, that's a throwback, right? That's a guy who could catch it, or he also has a high drop rate.
Not saying he's going to do much this season, but he is there.
He's a veteran presence.
And then, of course, the dual tight end spot that they have with Mark Andrews and then Isaiah Likely. So I think...
How likely is it both of them are fantasy relevant this year?
I think it's very likely.
Oh, very likely?
I think this could be a big Baltimore year. I mean, a lot of these years, it is. Like, it's them, the Chiefs. It has been the Bills, so... I mean,
it's the same
Bengals,
same front runners.
So like
Dolphins,
Dolphins, yeah. So like same kind of people, same stuff. On the Chiefs side, we are kind of interested to see how the wide receiver room is going to shake out and who's going to be effective. And it may take all season to figure out that.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean they got Juju back now, so you added Juju back to the mix. You have Xavier Worthy coming out of Texas.
That's bad juju, but
it is bad juju. We'll see. Hollywood Brown's going to be out for a little bit. Mecole's still there.
Sky Moore. So I mean, they do have like a stacked.
They have Rashee Rice.
I don't want to say stacked,
pending
right?
Suspension, but because he's a Chiefs, he's not going to get suspended. We already know this. They're giving them the Patriots Tom Brady treatment right now is what the NFL is doing to the Chiefs, but it's fine.
They've got a wide receiver group. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. It's not a lot of star power. A lot of speed, not a lot of star power. Potential star power, Xavier Worthy. We'll see how he is in the NFL.
They have a lot. Yeah, they have a lot of guys that are pretty similar.
What do you think of Xavier Worthy?
He's worthy of playing.
Yeah? Is he worthy of a start this week in fantasy, though?
Not week one. I'm staying away from it.
Yeah.
I want to see how he can get off the line of scrimmage. Like an actual gameplay. Like, is he going to be able to create that separation early, or is this going to be like a feeling out process for him? So
yeah, that's not somebody I want to start week one.
I'm staying away from him week one.
Kelsey is obviously your bet.
Yeah.
They have Rashee Rice as projected 14.27 points on Sleeper right now.
I think that goes over.
You think that goes over?
I think not knowing like how many games they're going to get out of him, they're going to try to get him
involved,
a rhythm early. And down the stretch last year, like the last 10 weeks or so, like he was like a top 15, top 20 receiver for a lot of those for fantasy.
Yeah. So you've got Baltimore this game.
I've got Baltimore. I think Baltimore wins like straight up. Like I think, they're +3. They're getting 3 on the road, but I think they win straight up. This game means more to Baltimore than it does to Kansas City.
Yeah.
This is like a statement game for Baltimore. Shake off the loss in the playoffs. Like come out here, get a W. Chiefs been here before. This game doesn't make or break them. They lost last year to the Lions, and it made absolutely zero difference. So
I'm gonna go. I'm actually gonna go Chiefs here.
Oh,
I am. And I think they're gonna come out and just prove what they do, and they're gonna take this game just as seriously as as it is another Super Bowl game. It's week one, but like they're gonna come out. They know they lost last year against the Lions. It's opening night. Taylor Swift's gonna be there.
Is she? Is that confirmed? Are you breaking news?
I'm breaking
the
news right now. Just so you guys know, breaking news. Taylor Swift will be there. And that I don't know what the record was when she was in the stadium. I don't know if it
seemed like it was pretty good.
They
didn't lose
win.
many games.
Yeah, they did win. So anyway, that's that matchup. A great game.
Little Thursday night
Thursday night action.
We also get Friday night this week.
That
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, which I didn't mention. I'm also going to be international during this stretch. Hopefully I'll get to watch some of these games. Our
sports show actually is going international.
Yeah.
If you didn't know.
Yeah. So I was in Argentina this past week, and I'm going to Germany tomorrow. So I will be in Germany for literally this entire first week. Hopefully I'll get to catch
You
some
catching
games.
a game? Catching
Yeah.
an NFL game out in Germany this year?
Yeah, there's I'm scouting out there, the stadiums for them.
Yeah.
But hopefully I'll get to catch a couple of the games here, and I am excited for this Friday night matchup of Green Bay Packers and Philadelphia Eagles.
This is a good one. I think this is a really high class game. It's a 2.5-point favorite right now for the Eagles. I love that number.
Yeah.
Under a field goal.
Yeah.
Give me the Eagles, man. Like Saquon Barkley coming in. They're
They're gonna
revamped.
be-
AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
Yeah. I
They
mean,
just made a great trade also to get Dotson from
right.
the
Yeah,
Commanders.
that's huge.
For like nothing.
Yeah,
I don't know
just
what's
a last
going on
second
here.
piece,
They're like,
like-
here you go.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? What is this? Who is that?
That's Saquon Barkley.
Oh,
I know he's
is that
on
the throwback Giants jersey?
It's a throwback.
Is that a throwback now? How
this-
long do you have to be gone for it to
this-
be a throwback?
This is priced at $549.99 on eBay.
We
if
will
you
give
would
it
like.
to you for $480. This is a show special.
But I will also I'll sign it with the Not Another Sports Show inscription for $650 if you act now. So
I'll actually go in there. I'll add mine with the inscription with the Cujo on it.
Yeah.
$700.
$700 right now. You can get this Saquon jersey. It is a Nike Elite Vapor jersey
Signed by the show.
signed by the
by
show,
both hosts.
hand stitched by someone in wherever the jersey
Some
is
foreign
made.
country that you
Foreign
were at.
country. And you can't miss out on this deal. But anyway, this game, I'm pumped to see Saquon not on the Giants, and so
See what he can do. Go back to like
yeah,
fully healthy.
He's been
running
one of my
free.
staples in fantasy football for the last few years, and for better or for worse, he helped me get to a championship run a couple of years, and also definitely wasn't good for the squad.
No. What do we think about, the Packers are revamped too. I mean, they brought in Josh Jacobs, no Aaron Jones. AJ Dillon now out for the year on a stinger. That's a hell of a stinger.
That is a massive
That's like
stinger.
a yellow
That really
jacket
stings.
sting.
That's one of those Georgia Tech stings.
That's life
Yeah,
altering,
so
apparently.
as you know, some of you might know, I am a huge Josh Jacobs fan this year for the Packers. Maybe not Josh Jacobs fan in general, but a Packers Josh Jacobs fans, because 2 years ago, this guy led the league in rushing, and he is now on a Packers team in the LaFleur offense who utilized Aaron Jones in a workhorse load for the last few years.
He was effective. Aaron Jones was
And
electric.
Nothing against Aaron Jones. I love Aaron Jones, and I think he's great. But I think if you put Josh Jacobs into that role, he's going to do the same thing, if not more. He's a pass-catching back. They like to do that. They like to dump it off. I mean, they've got the rookies that they brought in. Marshawn Lloyd, Emmanuel Wilson, who's from Fort Valley State College.
Yeah, I remember scouting him out in high school,
So-
actually. I went down there, watched him. He had great tape.
Yeah, so he's actually their current backup. So I love Josh Jacobs as a workhorse back. I mean, currently only projected 13.7.
So we thinking
I think
he's in for a top 10 RB fantasy year?
I think
What's the ceiling here? What's the ceiling? You putting him, he has a chance to be the one? Or
he's
are we
got a
saying
chance to
he's
be. I think he's top 3.
top 3?
I think strong bet for top 3 this year.
Oh, you heard it here. He's locking it in as
I
top
am
3
locking it
running
in.
back.
Top 3.
Josh Jacobs.
And that could be biased as a Broncos fan. We tend to watch him just tear up.
As a Raider, he was averaging like 200 yards against
Yeah,
Denver.
just so FYI,
he looks
averages-
really good against Denver. So
He averages 220 on us per game, I think.
it's like the Derrick Henry running
Yeah,
against
yeah.
the
He looks.
Texans.
Yeah.
He just dominates.
You know it's gonna happen every time that he's on there.
Or the Jaguars. Derrick Henry against the Jaguars. I mean, I like the Packers in general.
Yeah.
I'm a big Love fan. I love it.
Same.
As a Wisconsinite, technically,
Yeah.
I
He-
do qualify
does have
as a
a-
Wisconsinite.
He does have a condo up there. He's a resident of Wisconsin.
I pay taxes to Milwaukee, to the state of Wisconsin.
Great country or great state, great city. I
great
mean,
fans, great people.
Packers country.
Packers country.
I mean, a lovely town.
It's a lovely place. I help pay into this. I don't directly own Lambeau, but I pay a lot of taxes
You
there.
should probably get part
probably.
ownership. You should probably get some.
I think I'm gonna buy some of that stock. It
say
is
it's
a
a public
publicly
team,
traded company.
so
$500 a share.
you
is
should
actually
probably
what
get
it
in
is.
there.
Also, that share is not sellable.
Yeah, it's completely
can't use
useless.
it, yeah.
Completely useless.
Well, you
It
get a
won't-
piece of paper. You can go to the meetings.
You're right.
You get a proxy.
You get a proxy and you get a piece of paper for $500.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, no other team's publicly owned.
No. So honestly, going to be a huge game. I am actually so pissed that I'm not going to be actually sitting down here and
I'm
talking.
pumped about this game,
Yeah,
man. Like, this is an awesome
sitting-
game for Friday night.
Sitting down here and actually, I knew I wasn't going to be able to see these games, but now sitting down and actually talking about them, I'm so angry that I'm going to be gone this week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
this
a
is going to
great
be a
game.
phenomenal game. I'm ready to see what the new look Eagles can do. And I mean, like you said, they've got a stacked receiving and AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and now Dotson added to the mix.
Woo.
You got
Woo.
Saquon. I mean, Eagles are a
You
force
can't-
this year.
Yeah, and you still got Goddard there at tight end, who's a stud. Jalen Hurts is going to have the most weapons he's had any of these years. As much as I love the Packers, I think it's
Yeah.
fly Eagles fly here.
And like you said, they're only a 2.5 favorite, but
I would get that number before it goes to 3.
yeah, I like the Eagles here, and but I do think it's gonna be a close game, and I do want to see the Packers come out and do well. But moving on down the list, got a couple of big matchups. I mean, we're not gonna go over every single game, but is there any one in particular that stands out to you that you're looking to see?
One of these games I'm really interested in. It's because it's got some fantasy implications. Really, is Atlanta and Pittsburgh.
Why
Obviously,
are you looking for that one?
Well, let's see what Steeler Nation.
If they ride?
Yeah, if Steeler Nation rides, but also Kirk Cobain gets to test out all his new toys. I
Oh.
mean, this year I'm super high on Kyle Pitts.
I am too.
I think this is the year Pitts breaks out.
Against Pittsburgh.
I mean,
it all lines up. The stars are
Pitts
aligning
on
right
Pitts. Drake London is going to be in for, I think, another big year. I mean, we saw what Kirko can do with a receiver. He makes them ones.
Yep.
So he helped Jets get there. Obviously, Jets is a super talent, but so is Drake London. Drake London's a phenomenal talent.
What about the Bijan Mustard?
Bijan's going to be great. He's going to get way better looks this year. Last year, he was volume based why he was so good. I'm like, obviously, he was stuck with a shit line, but
Yeah.
they'll be better. They're going to still let Tyler Algier, too, supposed to have a pretty prominent role. So I think they're going to keep both of them fresh. Try to get Bijan out on the field, kind of out in space more this year. So
Currently only a 3-point favorite, and that just seems wrong.
I think it's an ode to Russell. I think Russell probably will take at least 3 to 4 sacks in this game.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of highlight footage thus far.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah.
You hate to see it if you're a Pittsburgh
You hate
fan.
to see it.
Between him
You
or
don't
Fields,
necessarily
so.
hate to see it if you're a Broncos fan, but
No, if we would have music rights, we would definitely
We
be
would
playing
be-
some Future right now.
there's
But,
a lot of things that we've been playing right now.
We don't have those rights currently.
We do not have.
Unless you
a
guys
lot of
start
those
donating
things.
a lot of money, we
need
cannot
money.
pay that fine.
Yeah, we need we need some money to come in so we start getting rights for things.
Drake London though is like the guy I'm thinking week 1.
Okay.
I think he has like one of those like potentials to have like a 20-point game. Him
Yeah.
or Kyle Pitts. I think one of the two will break that 20-point marker. It's going to be
Currently,
who scores the touchdown. really.
14.7 for Drake London.
I think he goes
that's
over.
conservative.
I think
Yeah,
he goes over.
I can hit the over on.
I think he's a wide receiver 1.
Yeah?
He's a wide receiver 1 this week, I
Does
think.
that have anything to do? Do you have Drake London on any of your teams?
Think I have him on 1. Think I have Drake London on 1.
I also have Josh Jacobs on my team as well.
These do not
so
influence our decision
completely
at all.
Not. Well, the reason I drafted him was because I'm so high on him. But anyway, I think we're both taking Atlanta there.
Yeah, I think that's a great game.
Another one that I kind of wanted to see was another interesting one, which is the Houston versus Indianapolis game.
Oh,
Houston at Indy. And, you got CJ Stroud versus Anthony Richardson, which is an interesting matchup if they both stay healthy this year, see how they finish out.
Richardson's just got to get down. He can't be taking the hits.
Clearly, CJ Stroud has more options.
Dude, they reloaded. In case you didn't know, they now have Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon.
They do, and they have
mixed everything up this year.
they've got Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Robert Woods.
Man, that is a lot of weapons for a CJ Stroud who was phenomenal last year.
I mean,
CJ Stroud just doesn't turn the ball over. He makes very smart decisions.
it's crazy when you like look at just all the teams in the AFC. Really, I mean, just there's a lot of powerhouse teams out there.
It seems like talent got like kind of divvied between only a handful of teams now. People
Like-
are forcing their way out, getting contracts.
I would love to see, not really love to see, but I mean, I'd be interested to see like the Texans do make a huge splash this year and like dominate and like have a good year. But then we already talked about the other teams that are out there, and you're like, it comes down to the playoffs. So are they going to really?
It's going to come down to their defense. I think
Yeah.
offensively they're going to be great, but like defensively, like what are we going to see from the Texans this year? Is it going to be enough? I mean, I love their team.
And
I think they're easily the top class in the South.
And another thing we got to see is how the Stephon Diggs experiment's going to work.
God.
Is he going to be more of a poison, or is he going to be Stephon Diggs,
He's
elite receiver?
such a diva for a guy who's aging and wasn't that effective last year with Buffalo.
Well, you just start hearing from like Josh Allen.
Josh Allen wasn't sad. We would cut to the clip, but
We would once again
rights issues.
rights
guys,
issues,
you know.
but we'll get there. Yeah, I don't know if Stephon Diggs is really worth.
I don't think so. I mean, they already had a
talent.
talented receiving core. Now, Joe Mixon, I love.
I do too.
That's a great guy to like kind of not have Damian Pierce have to
Yep.
handle the whole workload because Mixon's been one of the most effective guys year in and year out.
And to
actually
have-
for fantasy,
Yep.
Joe Mixon's like
Like when you look at his career,
top 10,
yeah.
like each of the last like 5 years
Like,
at running back.
I mean, he's had a couple of top 5 years, but like he doesn't have to. Like he's been consistently a top 10 guy.
And he's
if
never
not,
been like
outside.
the featured guy. Like he's always the feature back, but it's not like he's
There's
getting
always
30 carries
yeah.
a game.
There's always a
They
second
have
guy.
weapons. They
Right.
like spread the ball around. So he just does what he needs to do.
And this game currently is sitting at Houston's favored by 2.5 in Indianapolis. This is an interesting one because this feels like a trap to me.
Lucas Oil, I mean, it's a good home field advantage for the Colts, but
It feels like a trap.
Eh.
Who are you going here?
I like the Texans.
Yeah.
I think the Texans are more well-rounded. Obviously, Richardson's going to maybe take some time to settle back in. He was on and off the field last year with injuries. Jonathan Taylor is a full go, so that'll help.
We didn't talk about them too much, but yeah, they have Jonathan Taylor and they have Pittman. They have their own Pitt.
They have their own pit, too.
and he's been solid.
Michael Pittman's super undervalued in fantasy also. He's a target machine.
And as long as Anthony Richardson can stay healthy,
Pittman's got a chance to be a top 12 wide receiver.
they don't have a lot else. They got Josh Downs. He's got some sort of injury thing going on. They've got Adonai Mitchell, another rookie.
Another Texas guy.
So
Mitchell, I think, will be good. I just don't know if he's ready, like, day one to come
guess
make a huge impact.
Alec Pierce is 2 years. So, they got a lot of new guys and then, Pittman. So, I don't know. You're picking Texans. I think I'm actually going to go Colts here. And there's not a whole lot
I think
of
it's
logic
because
here.
you have a lot of buddies that are in the Indy area.
There it is. This is a shout out to Danky if he's watching this. Big Colts fan. And it just feels like a trap to me. Like I want to pick the Texans because I like their look. I think they're the better team. But I think just week one, it's going to be like that. It's the NFL. I'm not a big proponent of betting NFL. Like I love fantasy, but there's just half the time.
They're pros.
They're
Anything
pros.
can happen. Like,
Yeah.
they're all super talented, but
Yeah.
I think I'm hammering the Texans here.
And then another game that we kind of talked about is the Jacksonville-Miami game.
Oh, yeah. This line, I think, is undervalued. This line's currently -3 for the Dolphins. They're at home against Jacksonville. I don't know why it's 3. I feel like this should be more around like
It does.
4.5 or 5. Because I feel like it's like Miami's so good. Like,
This is confusing to me that Miami is so good and they're at home. And
yeah, they got stuff to like show still. They got a lot to prove.
it's not like they got worse.
No, they
So-
got fined. Tyreek got paid. Like,
I mean, granted that the Jaguars acquired some talent. ETN's kind of blossoming into an NFL top, 5-10 fantasy player.
yeah.
But I mean, they got Christian Kirk. I could have thrown that jersey on too. I've got that one, guys. But they got Christian Kirk. They got new Brian Thomas. Big Brian Thomas fan. LSU, but also my namesake.
Yeah.
And then Gabe Davis. So I mean, they've got some guys. Of course, they got Evan Ingram as well.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just
I liked Calvin Ridley there more, though.
Yeah.
I feel like Calvin Ridley really fit that offense really well. But, Trevor Lawrence is going to have to. I think we're getting to the point where Trevor Lawrence kind
he
of
has to prove himself.
prove he's
Sunshine
worth that one.
has to prove himself because
Yeah, we're running out of just pure
I think
sunshine.
everybody I think has seen the numbers at this point of him being compared to other quarterbacks around the league, and it's like when you start comparing it, why are we looking at him as such a high? I mean, he's got comparable numbers to Danny Dimes,
Oh,
but
It's-
but even worse,
it's Dan
Dan
Jones now.
Yeah, sorry, Dan Jones.
Since he grew out the beard, it's Dan
You're right.
Jones.
He does look
Put
more
some
grizzled.
respect on his name.
He does look more grizzled, and he's got similar numbers to Mac Jones, who's no longer starting. So
The Mac Daddy?
yeah, the Mac Daddy.
Ooh.
So he's got some things to turn around. But speaking of Dan Jones, I just want to kind of quickly run over that game. It's not like a huge matchup game. Minnesota, New York Giants. First off, we're both taking Dolphins, right?
Oh yeah, we're
Yeah.
hammering the Dolphins. Tyreek's
Three-
probably gonna go over his. I think his total is like 98 or something yards receiving.
Maybe this
He'll
is
be
like
fine.
that. Maybe they know something we don't. This is that weird trap that
Nah,
like somehow.
I'm not buying it.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Fin Nation, fin up.
Fin up, baby. Minnesota Giants. I just want to talk about this Minnesota team, which
You a big Minnesota guy?
but I just want to say, like, with their QB situation, I went up to Cincinnati recently. I know I have some Minnesota fans
Got
as well.
some insiders up there.
I do. And before JJ tore his ACL or whatever it was, the guy was telling me that Sam Darnold they were high. All the real fans are high on Sam Darnold this year, even like starting over JJ for his rookie season. So the fact that he got injured wasn't a huge deal because they think Sam Darnold can be that guy for them.
Sam Darnold's always been in like a garbage system.
Yeah.
I mean, last year you saw he took over for the times Purdy got hurt, and he looked good in the in the Niners offense. Granted, the Niners offense has elite talent,
Right.
and a phenomenal play caller, but
Yeah, I'm just saying that to throw something out there. I don't know a whole lot about it. Like I've seen him. I think you're right. Like the Jets were terrible when he started there.
is it any concern that Sam Darnold has a history with mono?
As somebody who has had mono before,
Who has suffered
career-ending
career-ending
injuries
mono.
from mono, I would say that is a huge disability for him in many ways. But anyway, Aaron Jones also now on Minnesota.
That just feels dirty.
It doesn't feel right. I don't
like going
like
from
it.
the Packers.
I mean, we're both supporters of the
the
Pack.
Vikings. I mean, Favre did this.
Yeah, we're both
Brett
supporters of
Favre.
the Pack, and it doesn't feel right. And maybe they did him a little dirty, and he's kind of just like, here you go.
Yeah.
But
Send a little middle finger to him.
but I've seen a few highlights from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson, and
Is it like
spicy.
Kirko? Ooh.
it's spicy. But once again,
You know what also is spicy about this Vikings
what's
team?
that?
They're all white jerseys and
Ooh,
helmets.
those
Those
are
things
clean.
are icy.
Those are clean.
so good looking.
Yep.
Green Bay also has the white
Yeah.
out this year with the green
Yeah.
G.
The NFL is getting some spicy jerseys going, man.
Broncos got the white snow cap helmets too. Man, I'm just a huge fan of like the all white helmet. I
know
think
what?
it's so clean.
I think they need to bring Reebok back into the
Oh.
fold,
we have pro Reebok jerseys. They seemed way better quality.
I think for the kids, we need to bring in New Balance needs to start doing the jerseys,
I mean, why not?
Yeah. I think we can get some New Balance looks, some 550 jerseys,
Oh yeah.
But on this New York Giants team, man, honestly, there's just like if Saquon really couldn't, like Saquon had trouble being efficient, he'd really just rip off a big one, which is like classic
Do we
Saquon.
think Devin Singletary?
Do we really think
is gonna
Devin
do anything?
Singletary could do it? You think the motor's running, or
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I mean, obviously Malik Neighbors is
huge
your
ad
big
LSU
LSU
shout out.
guy.
You guys have already heard my take on Malik Neighbors in the college episodes, but he's a good receiver. Do I think he's like Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson? No.
He's not part of the
I don't.
Cincinnati Bayou Bengals.
I think he's good, but I think also his situation in New York,
How long till he gets super frustrated and we start seeing him slam helmets when Daniel
because it's
Jones
yes,
misses him by 10 yards
I can
when
see
he's
that.
open?
And it's a different than OBJ. He had Eli.
Yeah.
It's
You're
a
not going to
different
do
Giants.
that with
And even
Eli.
the Giants were struggling then. You don't have Eli now. It's a rough situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. We could see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe him and Jaden Daniels will prove me wrong this year. And but I'm taking Minnesota here.
No, one of those other like rookie QBs I want to see.
What's that?
Caleb Williams.
Oh,
This is a big first game. I mean,
It
he was
is.
named the starter right away, which is no surprise. He's got a lot of toys over there to throw to too.
yeah.
I mean, can you imagine your third receiver being like one of the top college guys in Odunze?
Yeah.
Like Odunze is hardly going to touch the field
Well,
this
and,
year.
I mean, they've got two tight ends that are,
Right.
two of the most solid tight ends in Komet and Everett.
Yeah, I mean, you got veterans there. You have a veteran receiver core. DJ Moore just got a bag, so he's
Here-
going to be there.
First off, you're taking Vikings.
Oh, yeah, I'm taking Vikings.
That was only
-1.
It's a -1.
I don't care if
We're
it's
both taking
in
Vikings.
Jersey. I don't really care about that.
But yeah, as far as Chicago goes, they're only a 4-point favorite against Tennessee Titans.
Tennessee's
at
going to be
home.
revamped.
They are revamped. There's going to be some transitional period, I think. And yes, the Bears are also in that phase, but the Bears just go in with like high expectations with a generational talent.
Are we
And-
a big Caleb Williams fan?
Here's my take on the whole situation.
Oh, is this a spicy one? Do we need to start playing the flames
we
under
might
you?
need to start. I might need to get this. Might need to get that lighter out. But the thing about Caleb Williams is everybody was super high on him in college, super high on him coming into the NFL, and then all of a sudden, like the media is all like, "Well, it's just his first year. Like, let's just calm down. Like, he's gonna, all of the projections have him as like QB. You could average them out. Like, there's different ones, but like the QB 14, right?" But then somehow they have like DJ Moore and Keenan and Odunze as like
Fantasy relevant.
wide receivers like 2 and like 2s.
How does that support it?
I'm
I don't
sorry.
get the math there.
Who's throwing the ball to them then?
Yeah,
Are they throwing it to each other?
Who do you want? Do you want DJ Moore at where he's going right now? Do you like
No, I
Keenan
don't
Allen
want-
at
I
where
don't-
he's going?
I like Keenan better at where he's going. But
I think Keenan's going to be a good like safe play for him. Like I think that's the trusted like check down guy. Like not like
Keenan does
running
have
back check down, but like
has a bigger injury history.
he's older. He's got a
and
couple nicks.
He's seemingly 40, but he's only like 32.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't like DJ Moore where he's going. Could be wrong. Could have like a great season still.
I mean, he got paid to be the wide receiver one, so you would imagine it's going to be
Yeah.
like that. But I mean, talking about Tennessee though, like Will Levis, I think takes a step forward this year. I think he's going to be better.
You got Calvin Ridley.
You got Calvin Ridley. You'll have D Hop with whatever skeleton he is of himself. I mean, he can help when he's out there. Now you have a Tyjae Spears and Tony Pollard. They spent money to bring Pollard in, but they also have Tyjae,
Confusing.
who was really good last year. Like
You seem to be
spelling-
higher on the Titans than I am. I'm out on the Titans this year, and maybe I'm just sleeping on them.
I like the talent. I don't know if necessarily this year they're gonna like take a step forward. Obviously, I think it runs through Houston down in the South, but I think the Titans are building momentum. I think
tighten
Will
up?
Levis tighten up kind of this
Yeah,
year.
they're still
Kind
a
of.
little loose still.
They're still a little loose, but I think a couple years, I think they have their quarterback. I think Will Levis is their quarterback. I think Calvin Ridley is going to be big for his growth. And then they got 2 running backs, so we'll see.
Okay.
It's a new era there, so
Well, I figure we should probably also. So we're both taking Bears. Or are you taking Titans there?
-4. is
Minus
just a
4
sh-
Bears. It's shit.
I think I like the Titans at +4 because I think it's going to be a field
Close
goal
game?
game. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's like a last second.
But if
like,
we're just
field-
going straight pick 'em.
Oh, it's Bears.
All right.
It's Bears. I mean, you see that. It's like 2-1 at the money line.
Yep.
So
I'm going Bears as well. And then let's cover one more of our division So let's go to this. Maybe
We do have some Raider listeners.
We do.
So we gotta give them what they want. And Chargers. Josh.
yeah.
Josh. Shout out.
Shout out
Josh.
Tobias.
Tobias.
Los Angeles Chargers are currently a 3-point favorite. It's kind of hard to talk about this one necessarily because I feel like we don't really. No one really knows.
It's so confusing. I don't know how they got this to a field goal.
I don't either.
What to account for the Chargers being at home? But
I'm not even sure that
Los Angeles versus Las Vegas. I mean, I feel like
the
it's
Raiders
the same
or
people.
Chargers fans have any idea how to judge this one.
No, I have no idea. I think I would lean Raiders just to win this outright.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll trust Devontae Adams.
I mean, it's Harbaugh's first game back.
In Minshew Mania.
Yeah.
Why are we not doing that?
Yeah, I was just watching some highlights of Devontae Adams getting thrown to by Jimmy G. Man.
Those were the
The
days.
sideline commentary from Devontae.
Those were the days.
That was rough. He's probably ready for a little Minshew mania.
Who isn't?
I
I mean, Herbert's got, bum foot.
what do we like? We're liking the Brock Bowers.
I think that's a good draft pick.
I do too.
Bowers, I think, is going to be ready. I mean, it gives them 2 tight ends. They just drafted Michael Mayers from Notre Dame, not last year, but the year before.
I mean, this is an interesting week 1 matchup. Him versus McConkey. Little teammate action there.
Little lad. Let the lads play out there.
Let the lads play. I mean, it's kind of a fun one to
It is
start
a
out
fun
with.
one.
I think the Chargers this year with Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins, little Ravens running back room is going to be interesting.
They
I
can
actually
stay
like.
healthy.
I like Gus Edwards this year. Some
I think
people,
Gus Edwards is the fantasy option there. I think he's the guy.
there are some places, some outlets that are saying J.K. Dobbins is the guy, and I don't see it. I
I've
don't
never
understand.
seen J.K. Dobbins play a half a year.
I don't
Why am
understand.
I buying in when I haven't seen him play?
I don't get it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about the talent, but we've seen that forever.
How many times have we seen running backs come back and dominate after a season of broken legs and crap like that?
Adrian Peterson.
They're once.
And guess what? J.K. Dobbins, not Adrian Peterson.
All right. Well,
Hot take.
If he ends up being Adrian Peterson this year, you can.
I'll come on
eat
here,
those
Dobbins
words.
jersey.
Well,
I'll buy the
get your Dobbins jersey.
Chargers jersey. It's fine.
But I think at Raiders +3.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think they could win it outright, honestly. I don't think there's a huge home field advantage for the Chargers.
No.
So why not give me the Raiders?
All right. I'll do Chargers because to me I'm a little bit of a toss up here. I'll do Chargers. And then heading into our Broncos matchup with Seattle, another week 1.
This is a disrespectful line. +6.
Yeah.
Get out of
That's
here.
rough.
Get out of here.
That is rough.
Broncos almost beat the Seahawks 2 years ago if we would have had a competent coach at that point. Mm-hmm. Who knew how to use a timeout or a
I
quarterback
don't
who
want to
knew
talk
how to.
about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Give me the Broncos straight up.
Yeah, Broncos
Plus
straight
money,
up. We're
giving
both taking Broncos +6. There's not much to talk about. We already talked
Nope.
about Knicks. I guess there are a couple of awesome games down here. We might as well just
Do we
chime
like
in
the
on.
Cowboys Browns though? Are we really Cowboys people? Are
No.
we Browns people?
No, I mean I do support the Browns.
Browns being -2.5 at home.
I've been
Give me
to a few
Dallas.
Browns games.
Give me Dallas.
Yeah,
+2.5 with Dallas. I think Dallas wins this game.
I'll take.
They just paid CD. Dak's playing for a contract.
I'd take Dallas here, and then maybe the San Francisco New York Jets.
I mean,
game.
the Sunday night game should be fun. Lions, Rams.
Lions Rams. Yeah,
I mean, Lions are at home -3.5. What do you think?
I mean I'm taking Lions here just because I'm big. I was big on them last year, and I think this year the sky's the limit.
I'm a big Amon-Ra guy too.
Same.
I love Amon-Ra. I think Amon-Ra.
I'm a Dan Quinn guy too. I mean, a Dan Campbell, definitely not a Dan Quinn guy.
I was like, interesting.
Take that back. I am a Dan Campbell fan. Yeah, they're 3.5 point favorites against the Rams, which love to see it. And I think they're going to easily cover that one. That's going to be a good night game. And then Monday Night Football, San Francisco 49ers, New York Jets.
I think the over-under here is set on will Rodgers take more than one snap this year. Last year, the under hit.
That was whoever bet that one,
Yeah, whoever had the
Paid
unders
out
under
the nose.
the yards. So
Yeah.
3.5 for San Fran. San Fran's minus 3.5. I like San Fran here. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if the Jets defense can stop them.
Agreed. I think.
And I mean, they're going to be doing this for Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky got shot, walked
Dude,
it out.
This is crazy because this
Yeah.
happened last year to Brian Robinson. Like, the rookie players getting shot is like absurd. I don't remember this happening like hardly ever. It was always off-season things.
Yeah.
That stuff happened. Crazy. He walks to the
Yeah, just headed to the store and
right. Got shot at, then shot the guy with his own gun.
You know how this happens. Things happen like that.
Yeah.
Get well
He was
soon.
the only Florida Gator showing fight this weekend.
He was. Yeah. He should have been out there
Too
for him
soon?
still. Too soon. Too soon.
All right. It's fine.
Should we rapid fire the rest of these games or do people care?
Do people care? I mean, you have Manders, Bucks, Buccaneers.
I'm taking Bucks.
I don't think Jaden Daniels is ready. I think
I
he'll
don't
be
either.
fine.
We
but
talked about that on the college show. Check out that. We'll talk more about that.
got Panthers, Saints. Saints are -4 at home. Probably the Saints are the safe option here.
Yep.
I don't know
Saints.
how I feel about Bryce Young yet.
I think Panthers are going to take a step forward, or they're just not, and they're going to have to realize that like this
Yeah,
might
I mean
not
they're
be
not
it.
going to get Brooks back till what
Mid-season.
mid-season at best. So
We got the Bills and the Cardinals. That's a decent one.
I feel like that's obviously in Buffalo. That's a huge home field advantage.
Yeah,
being
it's
-6,
minus
but
6 right now.
honestly, the Cardinals I think are going to be a lot better.
Yeah.
I think Kyler to Harrison, like if their defense can stop something.
And then the Bills have kind of their new look this year, so not maybe for the better, but
I think they're more cohesive.
They're
They're more on the
receiving-
same.
Their receiving core is nothing. Well, it's not nothing. We'll find out.
Whoa, it's not nothing.
We'll find out what it is.
I mean, Kincaid's coming back,
but
Knox is still
they
there.
lost their wide receiver 1 and 2.
Yeah, but their wide receiver 1 was kind of a
Right.
head
So
case. So
at that money line, I might not take.
no, it's a
Buffalo.
game I'm staying away from. I don't
But-
think there's a lot of value.
I would take Bills straight up.
Oh, Bill straight up. Yeah, I think I'd parlay that in there. Throw that. Same with the Bengals Patriots game.
Yep. Bengals are favorites by 8.5, which
The Cincinnati Bayou Bengals,
I am taking
as we
that,
call them.
the Bayou
All the
Bengals,
LSUs.
all the LSU guys, and
I mean, Jamar Chase.
might not.
is he
play.
playing?
He might not play. If he doesn't play,
What did your Cincinnati people say? Since you got inside info, is he signing a contract?
they don't know because they're Cincinnati fans and they're very uninformed people in general. So,
Oof.
if they're listening, you know who you are.
I think the actual value here though out of this game from a fantasy perspective or a betting perspective would be T. Higgins. T. Higgins has been in camp.
Right.
He's working to try to get paid this offseason, whether that's in Cincinnati, whether he goes. Jamar Chase hasn't been in camp, hasn't been working with Burrow. I think T. Higgins week 1 is the guy. I think
I
a
agree.
big week 1 for T. Higgins. I think daily you play him. I think betting his prop bets, you bet him. I think that's the guy to go to in this matchup.
I agree. So you're taking Bengals. We're both taking Bengals there. Not at the money line, probably, but
Nah. Probably staying away from
straight
it.
up.
I mean, if you wanted to maybe parlay that game, the money line at -450 and the money line at the Bills -265, you get to an okay value. It's -147, so
Yeah.
bet $1.47 to win $1. Maybe that's the move, but
I mean, speaking of little daily fantasy,
we got a new segment to you guys.
Yeah?
This is actually open to all the listeners, the subscribers. We're gonna
we're gonna do a FanDuel daily fantasy.
we're gonna do a little head-to-head.
Yeah, so
us versus each other, us versus you guys.
the
It's
link
a public
will be
link.
the link's in the comments or in the description too as well, and we'll have that in there for you guys to join and battle against us and see who comes out as the winner. We can kind of review it and see who wins next week. But who do you got? What's your
Oh.
team looking like?
Well, I can't tell them everybody, what
Well-
if they're gonna build but like I said, there are a couple guys here that I think got value. T. Higgins is one of those for daily. I think's really good. I'm putting him in the lineups.
Yeah,
Drake London, who I touched on, I got him this week. Kyle Pitts, I stacked the Atlanta offense.
sounds like you're big on Kurt Cobain.
Kirk Cobain is the guy this week. I That's why I ended up stacking.
I'm not afraid to tell people my lineup on here.
I just gave you half my line.
Yeah,
I'll
that's-
give you the other half.
all
in
right.
a
Go.
minute.
All right. You know who I'm big on this week?
Who?
Baker Mayfield.
Oh, you're baking.
I'm baking this week.
Did you pair him with a Godwin or an Evans or?
I got Mike Evans.
Oh, the stack.
I got the stack of. I think it's gonna be a big Baker Evans week. They're at Washington. Washington was god awful against quarterbacks, receivers, everything
Not
last
wrong.
year.
I mean, Mike Evans is money all the time. If there's one guy you never really want to count on, it's Mike Evans. He's
Yeah.
historic.
Yeah, no, and so I got the stack there. Of course, I've got Saquon.
Oh, you got Saquon this week?
I do, and I got Amon-Ra as my wide receiver one.
So you got a couple really high
Some-
value guys. So
some
where'd
very
you
high- yeah,
where'd you get
so-
savvy with this
So
salary
Baker,
cap
Baker
here?
was pretty savvy.
Okay.
Another more savvy pick was Devon Achane
Oh,
as my RB.
like the Achan has pretty good value on FanDuel.
He does.
Right now, like that price point seems kind of low.
He's
for
at
Achane.
7,200 right now, which
It's
is
not bad.
Seems low. I mean, Barkley's at 8,300. And then down the list for my, it's if you're like, who do you have left?
Amon-Ra is an expensive
Yeah.
one.
Who
So
do you have
who'd
left,
you
huh?
get?
All right, you know who I got? I got Jaden Reed.
Oh, there's the Packer.
Yeah,
There he is.
got Jaden Reed. I think he's gonna have a big year this year. I think he's gonna be their number one guy, and they're gonna have to throw to somebody to keep up in this Philly game. This
I like it.
bottom line.
I like
and
it.
then at tight end, this might be a questionable call. This might be where I lose the week, but we're gonna. It could also win me the week. I got Taysom Hill,
Oh,
huge value,
I
5,500.
mean, you get a quarterback.
You get a quarterback.
Right.
You get a running back.
You get a receiver.
You get a receiver. I mean, the dude currently, he honestly could finish the year as their number 2 rusher.
You just pocketed a Swiss Army knife for $5,500.
It's quite a
pretty good.
value if you guys are looking to scrap out some value if you want to compete in this one. And at the flex, Cortland Sutton, baby.
What? Oh yeah, there it is.
There wasn't a lot of money
Wide
left.
receiver one.
He was the highest value left. And I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's ride. And I got Bears defense.
Bear down.
Bear down against the
All
Titans.
right. So I stacked my QB running back. I went with Josh Allen. So I just paid the high money for Josh Allen.
Ooh. He's big on Josh Allen.
Arizona's defense is not good. So I think, this week, Josh Allen might be running the ball a little bit more than maybe he has in the past. And then I added Cook.
Oh, he's
Get the running back. James Cook, I think this is a great spot for him.
You don't see that a lot. You don't see the QB running back stack.
Not normally, but I thought these two were good value. Then the other running back that I think is a hidden gem here with the cost is Alvin Kamara. He's at
Oh.
$7,100 against Carolina.
Yeah.
They're going to run Kamara into the ground.
Well, maybe Taysom Hill.
Maybe.
They might run
Maybe.
Taysom Hill.
But yeah, then T. Higgins, $6,800.
Yep.
You're getting a wide receiver one probably this week with him.
Well-
I think that money's better than the Jamar Chase money this week.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like, I don't know what capacity Jamar Chase is going to play.
He's up there. I think he's valued higher than
He is. He's like in
JJ.
the 8,000s
Yeah.
or like almost 9. Like,
Yeah.
no way. Then Drake London, he's a $6,700 guy.
That's not bad.
Wide receiver one in that
Right.
mid value.
That's not bad.
Michael Pittman, I got for this
Oh,
matchup
yeah,
against
Pity City.
Houston. Pity City. He's $6,500. So like that's not bad. Tight end, I went Pitts,
Nice. Pity City.
big Pity City guy, and then the other flex, Scary Terry.
Oh,
I like
love
Terry
it.
McLaurin
Love
against
it.
Tampa Bay. I
Love
think they're
it.
gonna have to throw to stay in this game
Right.
a little bit.
Yep.
And
love
McLaurin's
it.
that guy, and I think
else
it'll
they
be
got?
better. Exactly.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels, I think, will throw pretty well. They just got rid of Dotson, so
I'm
like,
very high on McLaurin this year.
so. And I got the Falcons defense because fuck Russ.
Wow. that's bold.
Nah. And they just got Justin Simmons too, so they got an elite safety.
Yeah, no, I now that you think about it, yeah, that's a good
I
pick.
like this matchup in Atlanta. Russ, I already seen taking sacks. I think Atlanta's defense is gonna get some points there. So that's what I
everybody-
got.
Everybody join in. See
Yeah,
how you
we'll
guys
post
stack
a
up
link.
against that.
Yeah,
I mean,
anyone
you guys
can
know
join.
who we picked, so go ahead, see if you can beat
Build your
that.
build your lineup. We're gonna talk about daily every time
If
we
you
come
like,
on here.
if you like our lineups, just copy our lineups. We'll split the winnings with you.
Yeah.
You know,
Eventually maybe we'll get some prizes on here once we get a little more feedback.
currently
more money.
no winnings really for it, but
No,
you
this
know,
is pride. That's really all we
we'll
live
feature
for.
your name on the podcast.
Yeah,
Do you want that? I think you do.
We can put your picture on the show. Maybe you can come on the show. We can interview
why
you
not?
live. So yeah, I think that's week 1.
That is week 1.
I'm excited.
Dude, I'm really excited, but I'm also really depressed that I'm gonna be.
That's unfortunate. That's a shame that you're gonna be out of
That's a
town.
shame. Yep.
I would cancel your work trip. If you
I
really
cannot
cared
do
about
that.
this, I would cancel it.
Well, I gotta pay the bills for all these lights here and camera, so unfortunately
Woof.
can't be done. But anyway, that's week 1.
We hope you guys like this. This is gonna be every week too, just like the
Yeah.
college one. So we're gonna be here twice a week for sure. College football, pro football. Give you something to listen to at work. We know you're not working the whole time, so don't lie to yourself.
Don't lie to yourself. It's football season.
Yeah, we know where all the priorities are.
I mean, come on, guys.
We know you didn't ask for another sports show.
But you got one.